Hello and welcome back, folks. You see, Skarbrand went down to the Badlands and he was looking for a skull to steal. And then Wurzag stepped in front of his path. And, you know, fiddle contest ensues, except in this case, rather than a fiddle, Skarbrand's going to be dual-wielding a couple of axes. And, of course, the price to pay if Wurzag doesn't win the contest is that his skull will be added to the throne. And this is not just any IKEA furniture, folks. This is a really nice throne. Okay, I don't know. Maybe IKEA sells really nice thrones. I don't know. Haven't been there. But we're going to declare war on them. And yeah, if you all are just coming back, this campaign is just me kind of testing around and having fun. This is legendary difficulty, very hard battle settings, every end game scenario turned on, and the end game ramped all the way down to turn 10, which I think we are rapidly approaching, which means that we're about to be absolutely surrounded by Greenskin and Vermintide and who knows what else. And why am I doing this? Am I trying to torture myself? Nah, I was just curious. Just curious what it looks like, and having fun because you can. So I'll do more of these in the future, because it seems like you all like this idea. For me, it's kind of fun, adds a little variety. I will be continuing my Patchy the Demon Prince campaign, and I am going to try and stream again this week, so keep an eye out for that. Assuming that YouTube cooperates this time, of course. That's always a big if. I'm going to run my Marauders and Warriors up front, because they can absorb the charges, and then we'll do the follow-up damage with Bloodletters, who don't have the armor to be going after charges like that. Let's see here. We got Skulls McSkulldaddy. Gonna be supporting as well. It's an appropriate name if I've ever heard one. Alright, let's go ahead and do a little Vanguard deployments over here. Normally I don't show you all the battle setup, and I probably won't. On a lot of these I'll probably just speed things up and save you all some time. But on this particular one, this is where I was at. Plus, I wanted to introduce the episode. And, you know, who knows? Maybe sometimes people find it handy to see other players control things on the battle map, or set up troops. Whether or not what I'm doing is good is really up to question. I'm going to use a Bloodletter summon to kind of get things kicked off, and I'm going to roll Skarbrand and my own character up here, Skulls McSkull. Where's our... Let's get the hounds up here. I gotta remember to look for these. Okay. Alright, Skarbrand's in, and the summoned Bloodletter gave him the root that he needed. That should have the attention. Looks like the Savage Boars are coming for me. That's an interesting decision, to say the least. Oh my gosh, Chaos Infantry is slow. Bloodletters are much faster, which is obviously nice. Alright. Skardaddy is getting a little bit cooked over here, but I'm going to berserk all these units where they just keep coming at me. Bring the Blood Reaper in to help out, and I've got reinforcements nearby now, so we should be able to bail Skardaddy out of the fight. Alright, boom, attack there. Let's roll this stuff around the rear. I need Bloodletters into the middle, and I need them there quickly because we got a big fight. Skarbrand is getting cooked pretty hard, as is my Reaper here. But I do have a gargantuan amount of reinforcements coming. Skarbrand can rout? What is this heresy? Alright, let's go dive our Furies all over archers. Alright, Skarbrand has stabilized. Oh no, Skulls McSkull. He's crumbling in the midst of this fight. That's not ideal, folks. Well, skulls for the throne doesn't always mean that they're going to be unfriendly skulls added to the throne, I suppose. So there's one for the throne, courtesy of Heir. Skulls, we barely knew thee. You were a good soul. A soul who had big dreams about adding more skulls to the throne. It didn't get quite to come to fruition because you were controlled by Patchy. And, you know, that kind of thing just happens. That is sometimes the result. I'm glad that Wurzag was using his effigy to get on the wrong units. That was very polite of him. Rather pleased with that outcome. Alright, so we have cleared this up, and Wurzag's skull will soon be in position on the throne. Our axe is back here too. Let's finish off these boar boys. We got Scar Daddy coming in for seconds here. And there will be many greenskin skulls added to the pile. Obviously this fight wouldn't have been anywhere near this close had the difficulty been somewhere sane, because the AI gets just ludicrous buffs whenever you're playing on these two. Oh man, we just got hit with a brain burster there, I think. Oh, I gotta end the battle before I lose my furies. Hurry! Alright, well, Skulls McSkull is now a proud member of the throne. It's unfortunate that we lost him. I really would have liked to have kept him around, but hey, skulls for the throne. Speaking of, I do need some skulls. I used up a lot of them taking over a settlement, which may have been a questionable decision. Let's see, so killed in battle. We hardly knew you. It really is an unfortunate, oh my gosh, there is a huge pile of top knots. That is not what I wanted to see when I walked over here. As much as I want skulls, we are not prepared to take on quite so many skulls at just this moment. Now we can be, I think. We can be. But these warriors really aren't bad. The bloodletters, though, are going to do the real damage, but we've just got to have... I think we have a big enough main line to kind of absorb the charge, to be honest. Furies are super helpful, and the horsemen are super helpful because we can tie down enemy skirmishers and leaders and stuff like that and just kind of go for broke. Speaking of go for broke, we're going to be broke. We'll get some dang money. Alright, let's end the turn. We're going to need to fight to get our money, and that is pretty much my plan. That's why I'm just kind of fighting everybody. I mean, what I'm doing here is probably not very intelligent in the end, but this is just more of like a let's figure out what this scenario is like kind of thing, rather than let's see if I can perfectly navigate my way through it. The thing is like sometimes really hard things can happen on Legendary. Sometimes on Legendary, you're never really in that much danger. Is he asking Skarbrand to, like, make peace? What is this? What is this non-aggression pact that he speaks? I don't understand this language. It's not something that they teach you in Skull School. So yeah, I'm just not sure I follow. There's something strange being said, and I just, like I said, I'm not sure that I entirely understand. I'm gonna move up in an ambush stance here. See if we can get lucky and catch these guys. We're a little bit bashed up, but we'll see what we can do. See what we can do. Skarbrand gets a skill point. We were trying to get over here and do the sustain by slaughter so I could afford more of an army. That's probably not a bad idea. We do definitely want to buff up Skarbrand, though, ideally. So like this one would be great to get some regeneration whenever he is in melee. So we'll definitely want that as well. Let's do Unholy Resilience for now. And that will help him replenish all the way on this turn. So if we don't get attacked here, we will replenish all the way. That would be nice. We'll see. Let's go ahead and end a turn. We're still somewhat low on troops, but we'll just make do. We'll make do. Alright, come on up. Come and attack me. Come on, bloody hands. Bring that sweet skull up here. I mean, look at that wyvern. That skull would go a long way in some skull throne design, so I really want them to bring it up here and kindly donate it to the cause. Oh yes, excellent. So, we did not get the ambush, but we will get to reinforce and help our friends here. So I'll fight this one, but however, this time I'll come to you whenever we're ready to actually fight. Alright folks, the battle is underway. My reinforcements kind of came from a flank here rather than from right behind me, I guess just due to the positioning when the AI attacked. The AI made a weird move all the way across the map and let my troops run away, and is now pursuing me. It looks like they're going after my general in this army. I'm actually just trying to save a few of these units, and if he lands on this, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's no big deal. So we'll have our real army over here. which we can face off with the Greenskins. Get my fast movers ready. I'm gonna have to not use Skarbrand quite so carelessly this time. Well done. My men have delayed the enemy, and they are kind of tiring them down here, allowing me the opportunity to get my troops put together. And I'm gonna be able to get these two bloodletters back to the main lines. So this is what I would like to do, ideally. I'd like to use my guys here to kind of hold up a main line and then reinforce with bloodletters. Let's go over here with these Marauder Axemen and do some harassing. And then, tempted... No, I'm going to keep these Furies free, and I'm going to bash them into... Yeah, okay. So their leader made a pretty critical mistake here, I think, and watch how I'm going to make them pay. So I'm going to attack with Bloodletters there, and I'm going to come in with Bloodletters from behind. And now I'm going to take my Furies and just dive bomb those archers. We're going to now reinforce Bloodletters into all these fights. And then swing around with the axes. And then I'm going to take Skarbrand over here and try and pin this fight down. Okay, they turned around with some boars to intercept me. That was actually a pretty smart move right there. Let's buff up all of these guys. Bring in Skarbrand to provide a huge beat down here on Luggin Nine Fingers. The names that CA comes up with are pretty priceless, if I'm being honest. Luggin Nine Fingers. All my units are trying to run through after they defeat an enemy. I hate that. CA, please fix it. Alright, well, we are going to collect a pretty significant number of skulls here. And the enemy Wyvern is going to donate its skull to the cause as well. It is being berserked, and boy, Skarbrand put down a hit on it. Woo! We're gonna feel that in the morning. Alright, it is probably going to run off. Skarbrand might be able to KO it. I'm gonna bring my... Oh my gosh, I mean, he is just tearing into this thing. It keeps getting staggered and can't take off. Woo! Get it, Scar Daddy. Oh, another skull for the throne, folks. I love it. Alright, well, that was a good battle for us. That was definitely a good battle. We got some skulls from it that we definitely needed. Let's see how much loot we get out of it. Some pretty solid loot, and we can add some more to it. I do need some loot. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. We're making a nice pile of skulls. A nice pile indeed. Let's see here. So another victory for us. We got some pretty good replenishment. Skarbrand is basically entirely replenished. I'm going to scoot up and take a look at Sunken Kenark, or whatever the heck this is. A couple of enemy armies in the vicinity. There's some top-notch losers over here, and then looks like Ogak One Finger and some Wa troops hiding in the settlement there. The settlement, though, is only level 2, so I don't think they're going to actually get a small settlement battle if I attack them. Which means... maybe a good opportunity. Plus, I want to try that out, you know, because CA's made that change, and I'd like to see whether it's something that I truly do hate or whether I actually like. Income generated 20. When enemy lord is present, income generated 100. That's kind of a stupid building. But it looks like that's how they work. Income from all loot, replenishment rate. So that's some strange buildings that Khorne's got here. Troll, income, casualty, leadership, Khorne corruption, enables attrition in this region. Interesting. There's no growth, but I guess it's because Khorne just doesn't give a crap about growth, and that makes a lot of sense. We could get a Khorne cultist over here as well. I think we should do that. Since we lost our hero, let's recruit a new one. I can't get another Blood Reaper, unfortunately, but we could. One of these guys. Wow, that is some pretty sick attack stats that we get on there. Let's go for it. So we now got ourselves a cultist. Let's bring him over and get him ready to join the troops. We can spend some skulls to do some more research here. This one would provide us 50 skulls per turn, which is nice. And everybody's going to hate us anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. Now, let's sit here and think about this one. So, grants the Blood Feaster's banner. So whatever I put it on heals 0.2% in melee. Now, that would be pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Let's grab that. 5 turns before we get a hold of it. We are, again, low on cash, but if we keep winning fights, we should be fine. So we'll try and pile up our money from fighting. And then, you know, we may even be able to run into the negative if we get enough fights. I am not surprised that Thorek is declaring war on me. I mean, everybody should be declaring war on me, if we're being honest. So we were attacked by that army in the settlement. They have a minute 20 till the reinforcements arrive. It's not likely that I can cover the distance and successfully, like, defeat them before the reinforcements arrive, which means we'd be set to have to face all of their reinforcements. I mean, I do have tools to deal with their archers. My bloodletters should really rip these guys a new one. There are skulkers who will do inordinately well against my warriors because of their armor piercing values, but stuff like these orc boys would do quite poorly. Let's just take a look here and think through this one for a second. So I have 4 and then 5 more, 9 infantry. Looks like they have, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they outnumber me a decent bit with infantry. They've got at least, let's see, 5. They got 5 skirmishers and 3 snotlings. So they outnumber me a good bit. May have counted the infantry wrong there, but I'm pretty close. So they outnumber me by a good percentage. Now, I do have a lot of fast movers that it could rip into their archers and stuff. So it may not be that bad. My infantry is objectively better than theirs, but we're also playing on a higher difficulty level. Let's fight it. All right, the battle is well underway. I'm gonna need to shut down all the greenskin archers. I am being outflanked over here. Put a quick charge together, and I'm gonna bring my Marauder Horsemen over to try and finish some of this. Alright, so Scar Daddy is cutting up some infantry. I got a nice summon that took out a lot of their archery units, though I am getting a little bit overwhelmed in a couple of spots, and they've got some chariots working into my flank. These units on skirmish, and let's start working on those skulkers. Looks like I'm gonna get most of their archers very quickly here. I don't know what over here is supposedly killing Skarbrand, but that seems highly unlikely.
Follow the blood!
Alright, we've kind of slowed their progress over here.
Rage and fury. March and scourge!
Let's do a quick rear charge there and get rid of those guys. How's Scar Papa doing? Would be better off with some heals here, that's absolutely for sure. Let's get out of those snotling wagons with our Furies. And I'm going to keep the Furies focused on regrouping archers.
Wolf Father's warriors!
Alright, perfect. Getting some work done over here. I do need some of my Furies free to come over this way. Get back in the air. And come over there.
Marauders
Keep dishing out some attack orders here.
Breakers of skulls! Marauders will!
Try and berserk these units. Skarbrand's getting a little low on health. I'm a little concerned, if I'm being honest. This wasn't actually a very tough blob. It was mostly just a bunch of goblins, so a little bit surprised at their ability to withstand, but then again, I shouldn't be. I was owning with my Furies, but then they got bogged down. So things actually not looking real good for me at the moment. I may be about to donate my skull to the throne, apparently. These guys just don't want to rout. Like, I am putting a huge beat down on these troops over here. I'm gonna debuff them. See if I can save Skarbrand here. We've got to go get rid of these archers, so I gotta pull through this fight, and I've gotta go crush these archers.
For the exile!
Alright, they're still coming after Skarbrand.
Brothers in bloodletting!
I need to summon another bloodletter, and then I should be able to finish this fight. Ooh, it's gonna be a close one.
The exiled one!
It is gonna be a close one.
Wolffather's warriors!
These archers. And the 771 hit points. Alright, we got our summon up, so let's finish this fight. I think I'm about to get a chain rout on the enemy, maybe. We're getting rid of their last remaining tools. Skarbrand got a lot of kills in this fight. Dang, man. That was a vicious fight. We were, of course, heavily outnumbered, and in terms of the cheats that the AI is getting, we actually were also heavily, like, way outclassed in terms of quality. Not necessarily because of the actual troops, but just because of the buffs the AI gets and whatever chevrons they have. We were actually probably outdone in terms of quality as well, but we got the job done. Alright, that's going to be another pile of skulls. We're going to need the cash because we got to replace some units that we lost there, but a big victory for us nonetheless. Hopefully we don't get attacked by anything else in that vicinity. If we do, we're probably toast. But I'll fall back and get some more units, but we're increasing our bloodletting, and we're getting a lot of kills. We're gaining chevron. Ooh, yeah, that's not what I want right now. Let's hopefully be able to retreat from that. It's going to be close. Looks like we made it. I know retreat should be against the rules, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do whenever you're on a mission to collect skulls, and you can't be delayed by the enemy gaining any victories. Honestly, like, I'm gonna stack up a couple more bloodletters, and then I'm gonna go back to some more fury. Actually, let's grab just one bloodletter for now. I need those furies back because they're really good against the archers. So we use that money that we gained there to do some replenishing. Speaking of, let's go over here. Skarbrand's got a couple skill points. I'm going to start dumping that into here, so that is going to reduce my upkeep cost. Oh, that's going to be so helpful because now we can field more units. So I am very much looking forward to that. I don't want to spend all my money doing global recruiting because it's expensive enough to recruit stuff from my local pool, so I'm going to end a couple turns, and I'll come back when I'm ready to go crack some more heads here, folks. All right, check it out. I was trying to recruit troops, and the top knots came down wanting to fight. So they've besieged me before I could finish recruiting the troops that I wanted. But I at least get a few of these garrison troops instead to stand in their place. We are up against an absolute trash load of savage orcs. Fortunately, I do have some furies to get after their archers. But this is going to be a tough fight, folks. Alright, folks, the battle's about to get started. I'm trying to lure the AI into this choke point, which is exactly what we've done. Now I'm going to turn around and countercharge. I was just making them think I was backing up. So that was a feint. Actually scoot some more reinforcements to this flank. I'm going to take my Furies and begin sailing towards the back lines. Ooh, I no longer have the army ability for... It's not good. Yeah, I no longer have the army ability for summoning bloodletters. That's not good. That army ability was actually pretty critical. We got some marauders in pretty rough shape over here. We need reinforcements here.
No fear, no regret.
Skirmish. I've got a couple of guys to protect my flank. Bring our cultist over here, and let's bring our lord in. I'm going to try and buy some time here by buffing leadership. I'll use Skarbrand to debuff over here. And let's get into the archer pile. Here and here. Countercharge bloodletters. Savage orcs coming after me here. Alright, so my flank is getting rolled up a little bit right here. I'm gonna take these bloodletters and wrap around. Let's head this direction over here with the cultists.
Yes.
Skarbrand is handing out a beatdown over here. Let's get in there and attack. Alright, I lost one of my infantry units there. The bloodletter is doing well, though. Let's help out with this flank attack. I'm going to charge in there. Get my Furies back in the air. A good solid charge. Right here. Bloodletters are needed in this vicinity. Alright, there comes the attack. Alright, we are fighting our way through this. I was honestly a little bit worried about this, but it is looking pretty good right now, actually. Our bloodletters are just absolutely savage against the savage orcs, so no pun was intended, and it wasn't very funny, so there we go. Oh my gosh, yeah, these Furies have just been absolutely stupendous against the archers. We're gonna get their leader anyway, so I'm gonna turn Skarbrand around to help with this regrouped infantry. May lose some marauders here or something, but no big deal. Like, the marauders are actually pound for pound doing pretty darn well in these fights, because they're cheap units. Let's buff that fight up. Yep, there goes their leader. I want to make their leader dead. Is he on a boar? He is riding on a boar. Let's get our doggos to chase him down. And it looks like we're punishing everything here. Perfect. The corn cultist didn't do bad. He picked up 33 kills. He's got some pretty mad weapon strength. It's not very good against armor, but Greenskins aren't bringing much armor, so it leaves me in a pretty solid position. So I'd say that was going to be a pretty clutch victory for us here, because there was a lot of enemies. There was a lot of enemies. I'm going to run down some of these savage orc errors. There we go. I'm going to dish out some orders to kind of chase them down. We got their lord. And let's see, anything. I don't know if we can catch up with these units across the map, but I'll give it a shot. There we go. So I've kind of got some orders for my troops to run down fleeing units, try and maximize the casualties here. And that's looking good. Let's go ahead and end the battle. Well, this is going to be like the Oprah Skull Free show. You get skulls, everybody gets skulls here. So picked up some nice, and we got some sweet rewards there too, which we need, because like I said, we might be running in the negative soon. So I'm glad the Greenskins are bringing the battle to me, because I need the cash. And I'm going to consistently take the cash off of them. So yeah, that's going to leave us in pretty good shape right there. It says that I can't continue recruiting. Left unit, like, okay, I don't know why that doesn't just automatically come back to recruitable. Whatever. Grab another Fury and a couple more Marauders, which should do me some good. I can come in here with the extra skill points we just picked up, and I can finish off Sustained by Slaughter. So now my army will be substantially cheaper, and soon we'll be able to get this Gate of Corn at rank 13, which will give me kind of a more permanent Bloodletter summon there, which would be really nice. So replenishment. Troop replenishment would be good at the moment as well. We'll go for Brutal Charge. So a very nice victory for us there. We're going to leave their troops in tatters. Our bloodletting remains pretty high, which is going to help with our upkeep. So yeah, let's end this turn. That's probably all the time I'm going to have for this episode. So we'll come back on the next one. Between turn 10 and turn 20 is when the Great Apocalypse is coming. I was hoping we would see it in this episode. But, you know, I could skip a bunch of turns in between, but I didn't feel that was entirely necessary here because, you know, like, this is going to be a pretty short scenario anyway, maybe only 3 or 4 episodes. It's not going to take us long to see what that in-game looks like. But until then, you can kind of get a feel.
Lord,
yep, here it goes.
We have brokered an alliance with your brothers. They lie in wait
Oh, no,
as
okay.
the enemy
I got you.
approach the brazen altar. All it requires is your attendance.
Wow, that seems pretty great. I want that. I don't know how hard it is to get. I've not played that quest battle, but I definitely want that weapon because it looks absolutely awesome. Let's see. Did we get our extra troops? We did get our extra troops. And let's take a look here. Summons a small hostile or unholy manifestations. Okay, this is based off of Horn Corruption. Oh, dang, man. We can get extra movement range. Skulls from kills, 100%. Okay, okay. Plenty of skulls there. Alright. Oh, yeah, because that's powerful unholy manifestations. Alright, well, I think, yeah, this will be a good place to end. Top Knots are still bringing it, but we're still bringing it too. And I don't know if the Greenskins are going to have enough punch to go through our army now because we're really starting to build up some troops. And I've got plenty of units for going after skirmishers. I've got horses to help slow down chariots. And then we've got a pretty solid line of bloodletters here that is just really running the mop-up duty. And honestly, once they get some chevrons and stuff, even these marauders are pretty darn dangerous. They have really poor defense, but they do tremendous damage to enemy infantry. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you soon with some more HeirofCarthage, signing out for now.